Well, we're talking about how to keep your employees motivated and productive during the summer months and really year-round this morning. HR expert Kim Huggin and productivity expert Neen James join me in the studio once again to share some more great tips. Ladies, good morning once again. So many fun tips that we're talking about this morning. You know, I thought about wearing a t-shirt this morning, but I thought that might not go over well with my particular bosses. But what do you think about casual dress during the summer? Is that going to make, if I'm in jeans and a t-shirt, am I going to be less productive? Or is it a good idea?
You know, casual dress does affect our productivity. We tend to relax a little bit more when we're dressed more casually. So I think what the trick is to still stay professional. So what I would encourage you to think about, maybe you're not wearing a suit, but maybe you have a jacket still available, especially if you have client interaction. That's incredibly important. But you know what we can do in the summer is maybe, like what Kim was saying earlier, we can incentivize our employees a little bit. Maybe we can Philly Fan Day, and maybe everyone could come dressed as their favorite sports team. Some of my clients do that, and it really gives a great energy in the office. Okay, so just like a special treat then, Neen? Like a theme day? Absolutely. That's really fun. But you know, flip-flops are never okay in the office. Okay.
Well, Matt Broderick, I hope he's listening.
Well, to that point, too, I think you have to really be clear with your employees around what the expectations are. Because, you know, some of the younger employees who are used to being casual and much more
short shorts,
they'll wear those flip-flops into the office if you don't tell them that, you know, it's not okay, or if you know, you have to be really clear about what you want them to wear.
I think Kim makes a great point. It's really productive as an organization to have a dress code, even if it's just a one-pager as part of their HR policy, so that everyone knows where they stand.
Okay, and have a little fun in the summer, as you mentioned. And Neen, you mentioned briefly incentives, and let's talk more about incentives. How can we use them, or what are some good examples, first of all, and how can we implement them into the workplace?
Yeah, well, let's face it, we all like a little competition, even in the workplace. And you'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish when you incent people. So, you know, there's so many things you can do. I mean, a simple one is like, okay, if we clean up and organize the file room by next Friday, the boss buys everybody ice cream or pizza. Or you can get more formal, you know, with your sales employees about bringing in new customers. You know, if you bring in a certain number of new customers, you know, there's some incentive tied to it. And it can really get people excited, you know, build some competition in the office, have some fun.
And good for business, like you said, if it's motivating people to do more business.
Absolutely.
And these are things we want to stress again, not just during the summer. You guys recommend year-round for incentives, right?
Definitely.
Okay, super. Let's talk team building a little bit. Now, when I was in, you know, leadership camps growing up, you know, it seemed like every camp we played the game with, you know, with the wood boards. Let's get the whole team across the room using 2 boards. How can we encourage team building without those kind of activities that after you've done them 100 times, you know, the employees might be rolling their eyes a bit?
Right. So a couple of my clients have done some really fun things. One client had a weight loss program. So it was a little bit competitive, but it encouraged the team members to really get together and work towards a common goal. So that was fantastic. Another client has what they call cultural lunches. One of the firms that I work with has so many countries in their firm. So each person brings something from their country and they share lunch. So it's really fun. And so people look forward to those in the summer. And you know, the weather's beautiful. How about organizing a team sport? But Eve, the tip is, get your employees to organize it. That's how you increase motivation and productivity. Okay,
interesting. I like these out-of-the-box ideas, you know, different from the activity like I mentioned, or the team cheers or songs and chants, you know. These are some really cool things that people really get into.
Yeah, definitely.
And do you guys recommend, you know, changing these up regularly, or, you know, doing once a month, or what's good?
Yeah, absolutely. And you can get the employees to design almost like a little calendar across the summer with lots of great ideas.
Oh, that's cool. So something to look forward to.
Yeah, I think what happens a lot of times is that, you know, the boss feels like they have to be the one to come up with all the ideas.
I don't have time for ice cream parties all the time.
So like Neen was saying, you know, get the employees involved. They get so into, you know, coming up with these cool ideas. And
or everybody take a month or something. That's cool. That's really a great idea. So let's lastly just talk about feedback. You know, what have you heard from your clients who have incorporated some of these tips to motivate their employees?
I mean, the feedback is always positive. I think initially people are, you know, often think, oh, like, I don't have time for this. You know, I don't have time to come up with these ideas, and this is silly. But, you know, after they do it, the rewards are tremendous. You know, it's very positive feedback. Like when I gave the example of my client earlier that does these Friday, the summer sizzlers, you know, productivity definitely increases as a result.
So do their sales, because we've got to focus on the financial as well. So my clients have seen an increase in productivity, an increase in revenue, but most importantly, employee engagement. And you know what? That builds loyalty during the summer months. So when it's warm outside, it's a great time to focus still on doing business.
Yeah, and employees who love where they work are going to do great business,
Absolutely.
obviously.
It's about retention, like Kim said earlier.
Right. Well, ladies, so much fun talking with you. Thanks for all the great tips. I hope somebody around here plans an ice cream party. I like that idea. And you can find out more about the ladies by visiting their websites. Kim is khrsolutions.com, and you can find out more about Neen by going to her website, neenjames.com. There it is on your screen, and we will be right back. Stay with us.